Good morning and happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Welcome to the Morning Sprint. We're going to bring you some of the top news stories of the day. We'll try to keep it as positive as possible and those top talkers, but we do have some more serious stories we do need to get to. But as always, any questions, comments, feedback, put in the comment section below, and Jasmine will help us out with that later.
Exactly. Before we get into that news story, I want you guys to see this right here. Check out your screen. We have this coming up later in the show. This is our one and only beautiful, beautiful producer, Rebecca Williams, and her boo thing, soon to be hubby. They are puppy parents now. So look, we'll bring you all that cuteness later on in the show. But for right now, we got a lot of excitement to kick off right now with our Hokies. Let's give it up. Another big game for the Virginia Tech women tonight. They play Ohio State in the Elite Eight in Seattle tonight at 9. It says that it comes after the Hokies added another milestone victory Saturday night. A 73-64 win over Tennessee.
But there's no shortage of doubters that either team could make it to this point. 10 Sports reporter Brooke Leonard was in Seattle and caught up with some of the players who says doubt is their motivation.
Tech doesn't necessarily have the legacy that other schools have when it comes to women's basketball, but we've always known that we could get here, and I think it's just been motivating because people didn't think we'd get to the Sweet 16, then they didn't think we'd get to the Elite Eight, and I'm sure they don't think we're going to get to the Final Four, so it's just like we see all that stuff, but at the end of the day, we know what we have and we know what we can do, so we're just ready to do it.
They would love the opportunity to take that and not be mad about it, not mad motivated, but they're like, okay, we'll show you, but they're not going to tell you that they were mad about it. We'll just go on to the next thing.
Again, Virginia Tech and Ohio State are facing off at 9 p.m. Eastern at the Climate Pledge Arena. Our 10 Sports crew will have all that coverage online at WSLS.com and in our later newscast. So it's a lot of excitement there. So give it up for our Hokies. We wish them the best of luck to keep it going, man. That excitement just continues to grow.
I wasn't able to watch the game on Saturday, but I was checking my phone, and when I saw they won, I was like, oh, yeah.
It's all about the Hokies right now.
I know. Got to celebrate.
So speaking of excitement, you've been working on something that Bedford County is super pumped about, right?
Some new things coming to Bedford County, a Verizon expansion for their broadband network for any of those areas that might not have that high-speed internet. So that construction is underway in the Big Island and Wheats Valley communities. And again, this is in Bedford, and Verizon is in partnership with the county, and they're expanding people's access to broadband. The project began back in January after the Board of Supervisors gave their approval. Verizon is extending service to homes who are considered to be in Bedford County's coverage gap areas. These are addresses that were not connected during a 2019 Virginia Telecommunications Initiative project. And to bring broadband as quickly as possible to the areas that don't have access, supervisors decided to finance the project directly. So they're paying for part of this new service with American Rescue Plan funds, and this equals $727,000. Verizon is footing the other part of the bill, which is about $1.7 million, so roughly a $2.4 million project. But they've already started on this, so you'll start seeing crews out there more in those areas working to get that broadband to those people. But let us know if you're someone who might live in that area, if you know someone who lives in that area or business, and if you think how this is going to help them, or if just kind of how things have been for you if you haven't really had that internet access up to this point.
A lot of good stuff coming our way. Now, of course, we always want to try to keep it very positive here on the Sprint. Make sure that once you're finished watching it, you can walk away with a smile on your face. But we also have to keep it real with you guys, and we got to bring in what's happening in Mississippi. I know you guys have heard about it, but this is an EF4 tornado blew through the town of Rolling Fork this weekend. This is drone video that you're looking at right now, showing just how much of that was destroyed. People's entire lives upended in just seconds. 13 people in the town died. A Danville nonprofit God's Pit crew already sent the team to the area. You already know how much they help out different communities who are faced with tragedy. The emergency response team plans to clean out homes, cut down trees, and clear out the debris. They're bringing food, water, and other critical supplies to some of the hardest hit areas. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's happening, and much more, like a lot of prayers taking place in those towards those areas.
Yeah, a lot of help set ahead in that way. And also we want to show you a video from inside a high school in Amory, Mississippi. Schools leaders say the building is mostly structurally sound. This is that video we're talking about. Take a look at this. That's wow. From that tornado, you can just see the wind and rain blasting through that building. And as news professionals, we're told to keep our opinions to ourselves, but we're also people and we have real feelings and reactions, especially when we see things like this and we have to go out and cover things like this.
Now get this, the chief meteorologist from a Mississippi TV station was live on air talking to people through the storm. And when he saw the system approaching Amory, he was speechless. Check this out.
We got new scan coming in here as we speak. Oh, man. Like, north side of Amory, this is coming in. Oh, man. Dear Jesus, please help them. Amen.
So yeah, you could just see this destruction. And my best friend is a meteorologist, and she actually worked in Jackson, Mississippi, covering their news coverage. And obviously, there's a lot of tornadoes and severe weather that happens in that area. But it's amazing to the amount of emotion that goes into our meteorologists to try to make sure that they're protecting the community. Rebecca, you built this out, and you thought it was very important for us to talk about this. So Noah, if you could bring that video back. While Rebecca explains exactly why or what went into this process.
Yeah, so, I saw the clip of the meteorologist first this morning. So I've been, MIA from news for I wasn't here last week. So, I haven't been in on any coverage this weekend. I've just tried to really decompress. And then I come into work this morning and I see, this video, just the destruction, the drone video, swaths of towns just destroyed. But I saw that clip of the meteorologist, and I just thought that it was a great example of exactly what we try to do here on the Sprint, is show you, the people. We are first and foremost human beings. And the
Pull that meteorologist back up, Noah.
And you can tell, this is his job, this is what he's trained to do.
We got new scan coming in here
just like
as we
Chris,
speak.
this is what, weather is what he's passionate about.
But, north side of
these are the
Amory, this
moments
is
that
coming
you
in.
can really tell that, this is a heavy
Oh,
job.
man.
And you try so hard to separate these things. You could just see him right there. You try to separate and say, I'm getting you the information,
Dear
but
Jesus,
something
please
also
help
you have to
them.
realize is, as much as we report the news and we do this, we're also living in these communities. These
Right.
are our communities, our people, our friends, especially if you're, reporters or someone who're going out in the field, you've been to these places, you've met these people. So it also hits home too. So sometimes you have to, put that emotion out there. Showing up to, last year, a house that was completely destroyed from a tornado and, having to do your job. But then I'm also seeing the family right next to me, lucky to be alive. How do you just turn it off? You don't. You're a person first, and these are our communities as well. And so
Right.
we want to, he took that chance to pray for them. And so we're doing so the same here back in Roanoke.
Definitely. So let's keep our prayers strong for them. Everybody sticks together in this time of tragedy. I think that's the best part that comes out of these awful situations, that you see so much community come together from behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, from your meteorologists, you just name it. Everybody is working together to make sure they rebuild. Back here at home, though, fortunately, we're not dealing with any kind of severe weather like that. So with that, we're going to hand it off to meteorologist Chris Michaels to tell us what we're looking at for today.
Hey there, guys. Happy Monday to you. Going to take some time for temperatures to rise today as we start with morning clouds. By the afternoon, though, we reach into the 60s and 70s, partly cloudy, a little breezy, thankfully not nearly as windy as what we saw out there Saturday. Toward tomorrow, we turn a little cooler, 50s and 60s for highs. That'll also be the case by Wednesday before turning warmer later this week. I've got you hooked up with all the latest details right now on WSLS.com. Enjoy the rest of the spring.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. We
Thank
ready
you,
we
Chris.
ready for jazz here, just Noah.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead. There we go. We got a crazy story
Yes.
to tell you about that. I think I saw this email coming over the weekend, and I went, what?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you haven't heard, 2 tigers. They are back home, thankfully.
Yes.
They are safe and sound after they broke free from a safari park in central Georgia during a tornado warning. Look at those. Well, the tigers escaped as the violent weather moved through the area on Sunday. And Wild Animal Safari is a drive-through park in Pine Mountain, about 80 miles southwest of Atlanta.
Yeah, so the storm caused extensive damage to the park. Workers eventually recaptured the animals using tranquilizer darts, but no other staff or animals were hurt. Let's just focus in on this for a second. What would you guys do if you're already dealing with some severe weather and then you get a notification saying, oh, yeah, by the way, 2 of our tigers got out. Make sure you guys stay in your house.
Stay inside.
Like, what
Stay
would
inside.
you do?
Stay inside.
In the worst case scenario, you don't have a house. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
You see a tiger and you're like, oh.
Well, if you're already
Exactly.
seeing the tiger at that point, I hope you don't run. I don't know what you do.
Yeah,
You can't run out on it.
Don't run away.
I'm gonna say you cannot do anything against the
No.
tiger. Like at this point, you're just, God, Jesus, take the nature right now and just pray that He's like, I'm not interested in this human being.
God gives us
But
dominion over
I
him.
know, I'm just like, but that's crazy. I would freak out if that happened to me. I want to know what you guys think. If you had a notification come across your phone dealing with severe weather, oh yeah, and 2 tigers are out. Fortunately, they're back up, but still.
And the sheriff's office tweeted something super ominous. It wasn't like this hey, be on the lookout, 2 tigers.
Yeah.
They're like, If anyone happens to see a
Yes.
tiger,
Well, maybe he was doing that to make sure people didn't panic.
If you found a tiger, let us
that,
know.
And that is a tactic. That is a tactic.
He's
Whether
like-
it is successful or not, yet to be seen.
Hey, if your pet is missing, there might be another reason. Yeah. So.
Does anyone have a big, bigger than a house cat? But
Anyway,
All right,
so
anyway,
we
moving
got
on
other
to some
stuff.
more animal news. We got a lot of animal news for you here this morning.
Yes.
A swift action taken by a group of people with one mission: save the life of a giant Pacific octopus. Take
Yes.
a look at that.
I was
see
about
it
to
right
make
there.
an octopus noise, but I don't even know what
Yeah, I think that's what I think.
All right.
A little girl was visiting a beach in Washington State with her family when she stumbled upon this little guy. It says the wildlife
Little?
rescuers says, well, it is technically little. They just like wide. They ain't got no bones. So wildlife rescuers say that she's the reason the octopus survived an unwanted trip to the shore.
An octopus can't survive more than a few minutes outside of the water, so the girl made sure to fill her bucket and pour it over the octopus several times before rescuers came. The octopus was moved back into deeper waters and swam off
Look at that
just
dude.
fine. Aww.
See, I love your tease that you wrote today. Was that your tease? You're just
Yeah,
like, he has
yeah.
8 legs but couldn't make it back. So, you know, and like I told you guys earlier, on this, what was it? The documentary that came out on Netflix called My Octopus Teacher. And I know it sounds weird, but it was literally this dude who was documenting his experience after he met an octopus. He was like a deep sea diver or something like that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. But he found this little baby octopus, and the whole time, for some reason, he just kept coming to the spot, and he watched it grow and grow, and he learned more about, okay, this is how they live.
Like a wild
And
pet, like
they're
almost.
very, very, very smart, like very
Oh,
intelligent.
incredibly
And
smart.
one of the things in that documentary that was also like, it kind of pulled on your heartstrings is that no matter how much of an observer he was, he knew he couldn't interact or affect that natural habitat. So there were times where this octopus was in trouble, about to be killed by something, and he was just
no.
like, I'm watching it in fear, but I can't touch it. But either way, that's what this story puts me in the mind of. And octopus, they are very, what's the plural form of octopus? Is it octopi?
Octopi.
Octopi?
Yeah. Octopi, they're very useful in our, habitats or ecosystems.
Glad
So
to
good
see
thing
they're
he
doing
made it back.
okay. Yeah.
All right, so right now, you guys, we teased this earlier. We wanted you guys to get an idea that we all love our pets. We're pet parents and all that stuff. But Rebecca Williams, not only did Home Skillet Biscuit just celebrate a birthday, but she is now no longer without children. And when I say children, I mean without what you call
Fur
it?
babies.
Fur babies. Oh,
Fur babies.
wait, we gotta do the drones first.
Yeah, you
Forgot. I
forgot.
was
I was
getting so
trying-
excited.
I was
See,
going
you
like
gotta,
this.
You gotta do this, because sometimes I get so excited. I'm so excited to get to the
I took our
puppy.
script and I went like this, and she didn't notice.
Well, that's the reason why. Look,
I was
okay.
gonna say, I'm sitting back here trying to like mimic like a drone.
Yeah.
flight,
Well, see,
and
this
I'm
what
like, are we doing
this is what
drones?
happened. She moved my script, and I saw blank
No,
paper. I saw
no.
Martha. Okay, whatever. Let's get to the
No.
drones. Get to the drones, y'all. Okay, this is a cool deal. The Florida Keys turning 200 this year. Take it away.
You took my script.
Well, what
That's
my
mine.
script then?
You moved it. And to celebrate, there will be birthday parties all over the county throughout the year. This was a sight from the sky during the kickoff party. Look at that. I love that.
And
I mean,
some
those are
200
like flying objects
Yes,
in the sky.
it says 250 drones were used. I'm pointing at myself. 250 drones were used to make dazzling displays ranging from a sailfish to a train and a conch shell, all representing the island chain
I like
and
the
its
shell.
history. So let's keep that up real quick. Keep on playing through that, Noah. Guys, these are drones. This isn't fireworks.
love it.
This isn't just static lights. These are coded electrical aircraft
Yes.
that's in there forming these. And I think that's just whoever's behind this is a very intelligent person.
The technology behind this is amazing, and I'm just going to have to throw this in there. I've seen this one time before.
Yes. Oh, really? In person?
Yep.
Was it breathtaking?
It was a couple months ago. And it was before the fatal game of the Super Bowl. But the Eagles, they did a drone show over the art museum with all like the Eagles like swoop and all the players and all the things.
Aw.
And so we saw it in person and it was really cool. And then we know what happened. Kansas City won. But anyway, it was still fun.
I mean, I'm
but
just
this is really
imagining
cool.
The sound of 250 drones.
Was it
Just
like
this constant.
Yeah, it's a very like buzzing sound, but like and then usually there's the like music or
Music,
something
yeah.
playing over top, so you don't really hear that as much. But what's cool is like when the drones are coming up in the air, you don't know what picture or scene they're gonna be making.
Right.
So as their formation, you're trying to like guess, and once you're like,
Oh, it's a sea fish. Yeah.
I got it.
There's a lot of rules that people have to follow in order to fly drones.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
I mean, one of the people pushing the buttons right now, he doesn't want to be on camera, but he can fly a drone and he knows all the rules and all the things and had to get tested and certified and all this stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a
He's the
lot.
person that actually helped us out. Like anytime we're doing like rec coverage or something like that, he's the person that gets to it. So
That's Noah. He doesn't want to be on camera.
You
though.
got your mic? Is your mic open? I don't know if your mic is open or not.
I can
It's
scoop.
too much for
Look,
him.
look, yeah, hold your little wire up. So yeah, would you be interested in doing kind of a display like that?
Ooh.
It looks extremely stressful.
Oh,
That's
I
understandable.
think those are probably pre-programmed. There's nobody flying those.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
like, it's
because you
not
got a code. You got to put a code in there, right?
but still cool.
It's not like 250 individual pilots.
No, but that would be something.
To orchestrate.
Well, either way, if you can ever do that, I want that to be on my live shot one day. Like
Yeah.
maybe do a stand up
Yeah,
with
same.
a program drone.
Same.
All right, Noah, thank
Are
you.
you ready for the-
Okay, so now I was
Yeah.
super excited about
Should I scoop?
bringing in the Martha. Yeah,
Why
go ahead.
not?
So if you could, guys, again, we teased this earlier. We want you guys to be
You wanna show the
introduced
picture?
to our new baby. Check this out, Rebecca Williams and her baby. Look at that.
Can you bring the baby
She's
over
so
here?
soft and
I
so
have to-
sweet.
She is very, very sleepy this morning.
Okay,
Can
so
we see the baby?
Rebecca, tell us exactly. We're gonna see at the end. Girl. So tell us, what was the process of you getting this baby? Like, I know you guys have been looking forward to her for like several months
Oh,
now.
yeah.
She's been sending us pictures back to back since the thing came out. So
Oh yeah. So Philip and I, we have a cat at home, but he grew up with dogs his whole life.
Oh.
And since he was in the Marine Corps, he went a really long time without having any dogs. And so then we finally got to a place where we thought we could handle one. We're still testing.
You got this. You can stay strong.
We can do it. But yes, so we finally got to a place where we were comfortable, adding someone else to our little family. So yeah, so we
Look
reached.
at her little tongue. in that
Uh-huh.
picture. Oh, look at her in the sun.
So we.
This is adorable.
Yeah, so we reached out to Frosty Springers out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I mean, the number one thing we looked for was we didn't want we wanted dogs that were so loved and
Yeah.
so cherished. And the fact that her mom and dad and big sister are they're family dogs. They sleep in the beds. They are allowed on the furniture. They are truly. It's yes. So we love Frosty Springer so much, and she has 6 brothers and sisters.
Okay.
That's them in that wagon.
Look at them in the
Yes.
wagon.
It's her and all her brothers and sisters.
That's so cute.
So tell us what you get, Martha. Why the name Martha?
We like it.
So my fiance and I are history buffs. I shouldn't say buffs. I should say fanatic. Maybe is a better word.
Yes.
We love history, and so we are named her after First Lady Martha Washington,
Right.
who actually her nickname in the White House was actually Lady. So all the White House staff called her Lady. And so,
I was
yeah.
just at Martha Washington's house yesterday.
Oh, look at you.
I was in DC over the weekend, and so we went and visited Mount
Mount
Vernon, and we did the whole tour and learned all the things. And did you know Martha Washington is only 4'11"? She
Really?
was real short.
Yeah, she
so
was
I'm
a-
5'2", so she was like,
She's just like my baby. She's
yeah.
just a
So I learned something new.
Well, I take it that this was a very good birthday present. Then,
You bring
huh?
her over. I need to say hello.
It was glorious.
I need to say hi.
We're coming over.
Give me the
so
baby.
While we're sharing the
see the
baby,
baby.
let's get to Jazz. So come, you gotta have to walk over there, girl.
I go, that's
Go this way. Go this side.
Yeah, we're gonna call
Go
Jazz
side
while
up.
I get to hold the baby.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Jazz, how you doing? Are you with us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What do you think about Martha?
I think she's adorable. She's so soft too.
She's like, I feel like that's gonna be everybody. This is the station pet now, so.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell though she's tired of being around people though. She's sleepy.
Oh, yes. So, okay, first and foremost, I want to talk about, obviously we have to cover severe weather from our standpoint, and we had the Met praying on air. You had God's Pit Crew is out about doing their thing. So when you see stuff like that, Jazz, on your end, how does it make you feel, first of all, with the destruction, but second of all, seeing how people can be humans at the end of the day?
Yeah, absolutely. Just seeing the destruction and knowing that it was a deadly tornado that left about 20, I think it was more than 20 dead, I think 25. That was absolutely heartbreaking just to see people with their communities and their homes completely destroyed. But it's also very heartwarming to see the community just really coming together and being a person of support during such trying times. You know, that's a
Exactly.
beautiful thing to see.
Oh.
They don't have to do these things. They
Yeah.
they pull from their hearts. and really just do all they can to help people who are in a really difficult time right now.
Oh, definitely. So, Jazz, with that, do we have any Facebook viewers? Anybody watching us today?
Yeah, we have quite a few viewers. No comments though, unfortunately.
That's
As
okay.
always, if you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment, and we'll do our very best to respond.
All right. Well, Jazz, thank you so
Thank you,
much for your
Jasmine.
insight. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, love.
All right.
All right. Well, before we head out, we do got to give you guys y'all's headlines of the day. And with that, get that. There we go. So, coming up in our later newscast, including 10 News at noon.
We're working for you to learn more about the deadly shooting of a 16-year-old boy in Lynchburg. Documents show Lynchburg police found a gun, 2 cell phones, and several bullets inside the car he was in. This is the second minor who has been shot and killed in Lynchburg in less than a month.
Plus, the search for answers continues in the disappearance of a 3-month-old Ariana Day, who was reported missing nearly 5 years ago. A vigil was held Saturday night in Roanoke for Ariana and other cold case victims. They say that no matter how long it takes, they won't ever give up.
And Governor Glenn Youngkin announcing more than $8 million in grants to support growth and opportunity across the Commonwealth. These grants will help Lynchburg Career Accelerator Program, the Center of Entrepreneurs in Amherst County, and the Metal Workforce Training Center in Bedford.
All right, so a lot of good news right there. Of course, we're going to be following up on all of these stories throughout today. You can also check us out online at WSLS.com. And right now, we have to bring our family in together. We got the little bitty Martha,
I think this is our
Rebecca.
first family photo.
Oh, family photo.
With the baby. Look at that. So,
You're
yeah.
doing so good.
Guys, if you guys have anything else you want us to look at or cover or whatever, you can always send us an email. Of course, drop your comments in the Facebook page and all that good stuff. But if you guys got anything else today?
No, I just love the puppy cuddles today. I'm not giving her back.
Okay,
mine
so
now.
we're going to enjoy this cuteness some more. But for right now, we're going to see you guys again tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on the Morning Sprint, WSLS.com. Take care. Martha going off.